Okay, so it's day two of the Tools of Titans podcast. This is going to be talking about something else that kind of came to mind while reading this. So back to the person I was linking to yesterday and his quote. There's another one which I came across which sounded pretty good. So it's Marc Andreesen again, and he was talking about in his VC firm. What does he? Excuse the noise in the background. The joys of living in central London, Covent Garden. Actually, let's see what it could be. It could be something fun. Nope, nothing really fun. I think it's just like a tractor going by. But yeah. So what Marc Andreesen says in the book is that what they use is the idea of what do nerds do at weekends to kind of assess what's going to be like the next key thing. And that got me thinking, like a lot of these huge breakthrough companies, Facebook, Instagram, Apple, all these kind of tech companies just kind of really changed the world. Like Microsoft, they've all been kind of like passion projects. So it's kind of like essentially people kind of following what they're interested in, and I think that's always kind of always the way, and maybe has always been the way. So people just kind of follow the fun, and those fun things have led to them creating new projects and new things. Because if those things weren't fun, chances are they may not be doing it, may not be investing the amount of time and energy that's needed to kind of bring these new things to fruition. And it's not just recent either, because another book which I've been kind of following and reading is this one by Ford. Again, he was like a mechanic like his whole life. Started up on the farm and been working on these kind of vehicles, right? And it was again him doing it weekends, evenings, and in his instance, he was following the fun again as I'm kind of thinking about it. So yeah, and that links into something else which Elon says actually, and he says, chance of failure is so high that if you aren't liking what you're doing, it's gonna be a big problem. It's gonna be a lot harder to do, for sure. But yeah, this all links pretty well into what I said yesterday about the whole idea of Marc Andreesen saying he would advise all people to raise prices. I don't necessarily know. I mean, the analogy or kind of the comparison I made yesterday of freemium model, I don't think was accurate either. But that being said, there is an argument against his, which have been utilized and used by phenomenally successful people. If you're going to put it back in time, you're going to start off with Ford. What was his idea? Like make the thing as cheap as possible. So each year they would kind of work and kind of see they can kind of be a bit more efficient and effective to make things as cheap as possible, make the cars cheaper, and then you can sell to more people, make more profit. Whereas other people are trying to go for the more higher price models, and they just got creamed. And then chronological order, same thing. This guy, Mr. Sam Walton, was actually this guy's hero, Mr. Bezos. Same thing, low prices. Why is Amazon one? Freaking low prices. They're just killing all the stores out there. Just faster and cheaper. I say, oh my, Marc Andreesen's a G. He knows what he's talking about. But I just feel there is something to be said for like the keeping competitors at bay by keeping prices as low as you can. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents on the matter. But still, Tools of Titans is a great book. Definitely check it out. Loads of golden nuggets in there. Not as bright a day or as beautiful a day in London today as you can see, but still such days are welcomed. I appreciate such days because, is in those kind of gloomier days where your energy isn't as high maybe, or things aren't going as well. That's when you actually kind of, in my experience, kind of gain some new revelations. So, and I think that has something to do with like the whole Garden of Eden theory as well. So you look at places which, it's controversial, but you look at places like Africa which haven't done that well historically, like as far as like innovation, or in recent years goes. and it kind of makes some sense, because if everything's so rosy and so great, the sun's shining all the time, you just throw a seed on the ground and it grows into like a beautiful tree, and you can eat all you want, and there's like loads of animals about, you can kill them and eat. Where's a sense of drive to, create a ship and go somewhere, or if things don't really suck where you live and things are freaking cold. So yeah, something you said about this. So I welcome all the not so good days. Yeah, I'm actually starting to look at this as some kind of, I don't know if you've seen the movie The Martian, where he's doing these kind of vlogs on a daily basis to stay sane. I feel like that's kind of what's going on with me. Yeah, one other thing I wanted to mention. I've been wondering why there is some money in this book. Shout out to Mr. Ty Lopez again, who I got the idea from. So it's just a reminder that the money is in the books. Because what is money? It's a form of energy, right? Just stored energy. That's all it is. This is an energy claim unit. So what is this? Ideas are just like, mental energy. So reading this, convert into this. Simple as that. Just transferring one form of energy into the other. But if you don't read this and you don't have the ideas, there's other ways to get information and energy, right? Chances are money's gonna be a lot less. That's why so what is money? Money is energy. Money is power. What else is power? Apparently knowledge. Where do you find knowledge? In this. But it isn't power, it's potential power, right? So all these books, if you aren't reading books, it's just potential power you aren't tapping into. That's why, as the man Jim Rohn says, the book you don't read won't help, because it's just potential power you haven't tapped into and it can't help you. But the beauty of these is that it's able to kind of store all this power. So that's the end of preaching today. Check out some of these books. Start off with this one, Tool the Titans. Great, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks.